You are living the wrong life and don't even realize it until it's too late. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, you're living the wrong life? That the path you're on isn't really what you want for yourself? That perhaps, in some way, you've lost your way along this journey, believing everything was fine until you realized that time has passed and you're no longer the person you imagined you would be? And what if I told you that it's still possible to do something about it now before it's too late? The truth is, most of us live on autopilot. We wake up, follow the routine, do what is expected of us, but we rarely question the purpose of it all. And what happens when you follow this routine for years without asking yourself whether you're really heading in the right direction? Over time, you start to feel an emptiness, a sense that life is slipping through your fingers without you noticing. But what if I told you that this emptiness, this sense of being lost, is a reflection of something deeper? It's not just about going through the motions day after day. It's not just about living a life that looks normal. The problem is that so many of us live according to external expectations, caring more about what others think of us than about what truly matters to ourselves. And when we realize this, we are so deep into the life we've created that it's hard to turn back. The truth is, we're living the wrong life when we begin to live to please others instead of listening to ourselves and understanding what we really want. Have you ever wondered why you feel this constant pressure to fit into standards that aren't yours? Why do you feel the need to please, to be accepted, to be validated by others? This doesn't happen by chance. We are bombarded from a young age with ideals and expectations that don't align with our true selves. Society, social media, other people's opinions. All of this influences our choices in ways that we often don't even notice. But it's only when life starts to weigh us down, when frustration and the feeling that we're stuck in an endless cycle begin to surface, that we realize something is terribly wrong. It's when anxiety takes over, when the feeling that time is running out begins to consume us. And unfortunately, this is the most painful part of the journey, realizing that you've spent most of your life trying to be something you were never meant to be. But how did you get here? How did you let this happen? First, you started comparing yourself to others, looking to the side and thinking that happiness was in what others had. In that job, in that relationship, in that lifestyle, you thought was the key to happiness. You forgot to ask yourself, what do I truly want? What makes me happy? What are my true dreams? And what happens when you live according to what others expect? You lose your identity? You start living someone else's life? You begin following a path that isn't yours, that never was yours. And the worst part, you don't even realize it. Everything becomes a meaningless routine, and you feel lost, not knowing where you're going. The feeling of frustration begins to take hold. But the good news is that as long as there's life, there's time to change. The first step to breaking out of this vicious cycle is understanding that your life is yours and not anyone else's. You don't have to live to please anyone. You don't have to follow the standards society imposes or the expectations of those around you. What you need to do is look within, ask the hard questions. What do I really want from my life? What makes me feel alive and fulfilled? What are my true dreams? Often the answer is within us, but we get so distracted by the hustle and bustle of daily life that we can't hear it. The first step is to disconnect from the things that keep you from hearing your own voice. This includes external distractions, social pressure, social media, comparisons, and internal distractions, fears, insecurities, and habits that don't help you move forward. So now you must be wondering, how do you start living a more authentic life? How do you stop living on autopilot and begin building a life that truly reflects who you are? Here are a few simple yet powerful strategies to help you stop living the wrong life and start living the right one. Disconnect from external expectations. Start asking yourself, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I truly want to, or because I think I should? This kind of reflection will help you realize when you're doing something out of external pressure rather than genuine desire. Make space for yourself. Take time to be alone and reflect on what you really want. When was the last time you took time just to think about yourself, without outside interference? This is essential for reconnecting with what truly matters to you. Appreciate the little moments. Often we think happiness lies in big accomplishments, but it's actually found in the small moments of everyday life. Embrace those moments and realize how important they are for your well-being. Challenge your own limits. The fear of failing or making mistakes holds us back from living life to the fullest. But it's important to understand that failure is part of the growth process. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if you fear not succeeding. Be kind to yourself. Excessive self-criticism can prevent you from living a full life. Be kind to yourself during the process of change. Remember that you are doing the best you can, and that's already a big step. Now it's your turn to take control of your life. It's time to stop living for others and start living for yourself. If you feel stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction, it's time to stop and reflect. Ask yourself if the life you're living is taking you where you truly want to go. Time passes too quickly, and the last thing you want is to reach the end of your life with the feeling that you could have done more. But remember, you have the power to change it all now. It's not too late. Change starts with a simple decision. The decision to live authentically. Don't be afraid to be who you really are, and more importantly, don't be afraid to pursue what truly makes you happy. Life doesn't need to be lived according to the expectations of others. Life can be lived according to what makes sense to you. And remember, you are the only person capable of changing your story. So don't put off for tomorrow what you can start transforming today. Your life can be everything you want it to be, as long as you have the courage to take control of it.